Hello, thought it was time I recorded another practice session. I've been busy in the last few weeks actually. I've just finally got my calluses up to full strength so I can play pretty much as much as I want. You know what it's like when you put it down. The first couple of weeks are pretty excruciating. Get through that, and it's all good stuff after then. So I've embarked on the study of harmony. This started about a week ago. 50 years old, and I've just started studying harmony. But it's always been something I've just had absolutely no interest in whatsoever. So the question really was, why do the various minor scales exist? And that has then branched out into all sorts of different directions. And in fact, the original impetus for starting was I was watching one of the seminars on Scott's bass lessons, SBL, which I highly recommend. It is a fabulous site. And someone was talking about the minor scale, which I'd been practicing on last time, the C minor scale, and saying it's okay, but there's this fundamental flaw, and that's why the harmonic minor scale exists. And so, I started looking into all of that, and it's basically the dominant fifth. The C minor scale has no dominant fifth. It plays G minor down to the C minor. Whereas the perfect cadence, you can look up all these terms, I'm just starting to get to grips with it myself, but the perfect cadence demands a dominant fifth. And then when you fall back to the minor, it sounds fabulous. It sounds fabulous because we want to hear that concert ending, ending to end all ends, the dominant fifth down to the tonic. And so I've been studying the harmonic minor scale for the last couple of weeks and really starting to try to find the differences between the natural minor scale and the harmonic minor scale. And so that's what today's jam is all about. I've actually pre-recorded. I've been jamming over this fairly crap but functional thing in the background. So I'll play you what I've got, talk over the chords behind it, and then just kind of leave it in the background and start playing over the top of it. So what we've basically got is this is a harmonic minor progression, which means that I'm playing C minor, and then I go down to an E flat augmented, which is this chord here. So I'm just playing the middle four notes. I'm getting damp in the top two strings, which just allows me to play that. I think I'm playing it arpeggiated. Then I think I move up to an F minor, and then finally the money shot. I get to play the G7. And that's it, simple as you like. So that's a 1, 3, 4, 5 progression. Trying to get into the habit of starting to get this vernacular in my brain. So if I start thinking in these terms, then I think it really helps. But it's a gorgeous scale. It's basically the minor scale with a major 7. So when you there's the major 7, and then there's a 3 semitone interval down to the A flat. I've got A flat really nailed now. Thanks to that last practice session, it's all come down to the A flat. I remembered that. I remembered the C, I remembered the G's of G's, and I remembered the sweet D. And all of those notes are now remembered. Those are the ones that came out of the last practice session. In the last couple of weeks, I've concentrated on learning the E flat there and the G. And there's a couple of other notes that I'm literally learning it fret by fret. I'm saying today, I'm going to learn that. I'm going to make sure that I know that that's an E flat. And so I've decided to stick 8 to 12 is the range of notes that I'm playing in today over C harmonic minor with that pretty simple progression in the background. Let's see how we go. And I'm playing slowly because the rule is, this is a new rule at the moment, I'm not allowed to play a note if I'm not naming it in my head. I actually have to be able to, I'm not quite kind of proficient enough to speak them out loud as I'm playing them, but I do not move off that note. If I want to go there, I don't move off that note until I know I can. And in fact, the fret that I just pointed at then, B flat, isn't in the key. And so I'm not accidentally falling down to a note that I can't play. I need to know that it's in scale in order for me to play there. And every now and again, I get it wrong, and you just take that little bit of a gamble, and whenever it doesn't pay off, and I play a note that isn't in key, it really pisses me off. So I'm actually playing very, very slowly at the moment, because I have to really, really know that that's a G. Absolutely, there's a D, and I'm not allowed to play the note if I can't say it in my head. Let's see what we do. Oh, this sound, by the way, this is a GT100 sound. It's a stock preset. I reset my GT100 back to factory settings, and I've just been going through the stock presets. This is called Fusiony, and it's just, in conjunction with the Twain, it sounds gorgeous. Let's get this going. joyous. I'm definitely getting better at staying in the bounds. I wasn't ever tempted to leave the fret zone there. Kind of cheat, do a little bit of cheating. Kind of, I'm bending up, but that's okay because there's my root note. I need to know where my pitch bend notes are. So I am allowed to bend out of the range, that's fine. But pretty much all of that, I was really D, C, A flat, G, reciting them as I'm playing. And that's why most of it has to be slow, because that's the speed at which I'm doing it. Some of them are absolutely locked in. The A flat is kind of really weird that I've remembered that one. And the G behind it, I struggle a little bit more with. And so when I'm identifying frets that I think, hang on a minute, I don't know what that is, then I'm really concentrating and saying, right, okay, well, that's the E. Let's get it absolutely locked in. I've just started piecing the melodic minor into the story. So figuring out why those three scales exist and what the historical kind of progression of them has been really interesting. The melodic minor's got the dominant as well, but it sounds like a major scale when you're coming down, so that's why. And there's a story for another time. So I'm just embarking on kind of having a bit of a think about the melodic minor as well and fitting that in. And once I've got all of these things, then I'm really focusing on trying to identify the intervals rather than learning patterns. I've abandoned learning patterns for the time being, on the advice of Phil Mann, one of the SPL contributors, who basically says learn the intervals, learn the formulas behind it, not the patterns. So when I go from there to there, see that as a minor third. See it as an interval of 3 semitones or a minor third, or however you want to look at it, but don't think of it as a pattern kind of thing. So when I'm seeing those two notes, I'm trying to think that's a minor third interval, and I know then that note is there because that's a minor third interval as well. And it's really seeing the guitar, the fretboard, in a different perspective than all of these shapes. And to be absolutely honest, the shapes have done me absolutely piss all good my whole life. That damned C major scale that you're taught, right from the outset. I kind of hope I never play it again. I don't really ever want to play that scale again. Pointless, facile, stupid thing to do. Whereas knowing that that's a minor third, that has real value. Perfect fourth, perfect fifth, minor sixth. Starting to see these things as real kind of entities. And I'm kind of hoping there's a minor sixth there. There is. Look at that, minor six. Look at it. So yeah, I kind of feel as if I'm going through some revelation period at the moment, starting to get all of this stuff, knowing what a leading tone is. There's my leading tone, the B to the C, and figuring out why that's important and what it does, functional harmony and all that kind of stuff. Awesome. So the very best fun. I'm having so much fun practicing. I just want to pick the guitar up and play 10-15 minutes of jam over these really noddy bass lines that aren't anything, spend 5 minutes throwing it in. I don't give a damn about that. I want to start learning. Hope you enjoyed the session. I mean, these are designed to be casual. This isn't some intense, carefully calculated study. I'm quite deliberately kind of throwing these things together, and this is what I am really doing on a day-to-day basis while I'm practicing, and I'm loving it. So if that helps you kind of get inspired to pick it up as well and just start making music, then that's awesome. Hope you enjoyed the session. I'll see you for the next one. Thanks a lot.